Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach. Don't touch that dial. You want to become financially independent? You want to have consumer debt freedom? You want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We've worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit scores by 30 to 60 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses through real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that'll teach you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and it puts you in position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that, and I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle that's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth. It's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase. Now, let's start the show.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series, brought to you by the 7 Spheres of Money. Thank you for joining us. And before we get started, like the video, share it, and subscribe to the 7 Spheres of Money. And also, before we get started, as you saw in that last ad there, go and get yourself a bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Show that bottle, DJ. Yes, you see it in a nice, no, that's not wine. That is tequila in a wine bottle. Crisp, organic, smooth, luxurious. That is Toledo. Get your bottle of Toledo tequila by visiting shoptoledotequila.com and get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering the promo code MONEY. And you can get yourself one of those nice cups too to sip your Toledo out of. Yes, Toledo tequila. And most importantly, it's black owned. You know, that makes it even better. It makes it even better. Oh, and you hear DJ over there enjoying a nice, smooth, cold beverage there out of that tequila cup there. So get your Toledo tequila at ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get that 10% discount. Now, let's get into it. Yes. So we had let me say what's up to DJ first, before we jump in. So what's up, DJ, man? How you feeling on this Friday?
All right, man. I'm excited as always. This is a great day, man. We're helping tons of people, getting people free, taking people to the next level, taking them and putting them in the proper structure, entity-wise. And it's been a great week. Talked to a lot of sharp, small business owners who are doing 90% of stuff correctly, and just about them getting their own 7 Spheres of Money system underneath them so they can have a sustainable, duplicatable, wealth building business. And I'm excited about that, man. The people that are coming to the platform are smarter, higher level of financial intelligence, ambitious, and they have plans, dreams, and goals, which separates them from the majority of people that we come in contact with, man. So we're attracting some high quality, high character women and men. So I'm extremely excited about that. And shout out to Austin, shout out to Ricardo, shout out to Novella, shout out to those recent people who have joined the program and are got serious ducks in a row. Shout out to Terry. These are some of the people that we've spoken to over the past week or two. And if I missed your name, it's not intentionally. I mean, we're extremely busy over here, but we're productive at the end of the day. I'll take productivity over busy any day. What I mean, if I can do what you can do in 1 hour and it takes you 5 hours to do it, what's best? Or conversely, if you can do what I can do in 10 hours and it takes me 20 hours to do it, it's about productivity. So today, thank goodness it's Friday. It's the pom-pom lifestyle. We're living it. We experience it. We got a lot of great things on the horizon. We have a tour coming up with the Classy Climb on the 21st of this month. We have a new book coming out. So the pre-sales and the pre-orders are going to jump off. So get your book. I mean, it's off the charts. ABCs of Wealth, new release rendition. I'm telling you, it's going to be mad. It's going to be awesome. And we provide that STEAM access, science, technology, entrepreneurship, access to mentorship. We'll also be in Vegas coming up on the 12th through the 14th for a high-end wealth victory event. And if you just Google and find out what's going on in Vegas during that time, you'll know this is top 1% economy players, elite, and we're gonna bring that down to your level for the average man and average woman. We're excited about that. So, man, yeah, it's a lot of stuff jumping off. We got like I said, we got a tour coming. We got a hangout event with the executive members that's going to be happening. New season coming starting September, because that's our season for financial education. And people might say why that is. That's because after you've done all your frolicking and your lollygagging and your beach enjoyment, and if you don't manage your money well and you're not debt free, when September comes and everybody goes back to school, you now have buyer's remorse because the credit card bills start coming in fast. And if you have children in school, be it elementary school, junior high, high school, and college, you now have a lot of bills to pay. School supplies. Some people have private education like I have with my children, and you gotta pay. So a lot of times people start getting serious about their money. And then if you're a small business owner, October 17th is, when quarterly taxes are due. And even though the pandemic has extended stuff, but they're still due. And then, 3 months later, you can start getting prepared for your 2021 tax returns. So we've got a whole bunch of great stuff going on. And I'm going to encourage everybody to take advantage of a lot of stuff that we're doing. Invest in yourself at the end of the day. If you don't invest with our system, invest with somebody else. But you got to invest. You got to plan. You got to put that work in. You got to follow the 4 P's of success. And I'll tell you what those are. That's professionalism. That's persistence, perseverance, and production. So with that said, man, let's get on to the show, because I think today's show is just going to be, it's hilarious in the hypocrisy. And also is a statement to the stupidity of our people. And I hate to say that, but you know what? I'm going to bring it a buck to you. Because if you allow yourself to be regulated by a minority of people, and at the same time, you're holding them in a higher regard, higher respect out of fear because you're broke, and you don't have a problem denigrating and desecrating our people, then you need to go, basically, I'm going to put this bluntly, you just need to go kill yourself. Real talk. Back to you.
Yeah. And before we even dive into that, you mentioned our season coming up, and it's also an opportune time and very important time for people to invest themselves, because like we said last week, winter is coming, so you want to get prepared for that as well. And so shout out to all the amazing people we've been working with, and then shout out to all of the new subscribers that we've been getting in the past, in the past week and the past 2 weeks.
Man, most definitely. Hey, man, you know what? People starting to pick up what we putting down, And you know what? Our subscriptions have doubled in the last 30 days. And hey, guys, we really appreciate it. Even though we are still under 1,000 subscribers, we feel the love, and we only want to roll with the people who want to get things done. We're not about quantity. We're about quality. And if we can continue to put down what you can actually apply immediately with proof on the fruit of the tree, that's what we all about. But yeah, I noticed that too. I mean, we've been getting 10, 12 subscribers last couple of days, every day, man. And that's awesome. So family, continue to like, share, and subscribe, because we are bringing the real truth and the real gospel. And we got the real business team. What I'm going to be honest with you, 90% of the stuff you get on this social media platforms with these people who are out there making money, they don't have a business system to sustain the money. So they're no different than lottery winners. Real talk. So back to you, man. Yeah, but again, thank you for the love. We appreciate it. Keep sharing this to everybody. Just like anything else, you find something good that's valuable to yourself, share it, pay it forward. And we do the same thing. You know, I want to shout out to narrative.com. I've been, wearing their shirts. I've been supporting them. I don't get any money from this, ladies and gentlemen, but here's the fact. In our community, this is the best educational system on the planet. And I challenge you to go check it out. So if you are somebody that's been using Khan Academy, which is the #1 non-for-profit education system on the planet for the world, but for us, knowledge-wise, narrative.com. Check it out. Go ahead and get on there and go check it out. Narrative.com. That's with a K. KNARRATIVE.com. And shout out to Dr. Carr. And if you ain't checking out In Class with Dr. Carr every Saturday at 11 Central Time, 12 noon, man, you are missing out on the best education on the planet for our people. I mean, they got the best of the best. And again, I don't get $1 from telling you about this, but I'm a type of guy, if it's something great, I'm putting it out there, and especially for the love of our people. So go check it out. Go subscribe to narrative.com and plug in to Dr. Carr, In Class with Dr. Carr on Saturdays. And if you don't get any value out of that, I'll give you your money back for that. And subscribe. Real talk, man. I'm excited. It's a lot of great things happening in our community under the radar that we just need to do our own thing together, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right. Right. So for all of you new subscribers who are new to this program, yes, we are the 7 spheres of money. We are the experts. We are the premier company for financial education for middle class America. But of course, we deal with topics that outside of finances that affect all of us. But with DJ the Money Coach here, he reminds us that everything is connected to finances and relates back to finances.
Absolutely. This topic today is connected to finances. Big time.
Yep. Every single one. Yep.
Power being rendered. And you know what? Shout out if Ramsey, if you're watching the show and you called us, we've been trying to get back in touch with you, brother. You said you want to know what kind of financial education products and services we can provide for you. All you got to do is go to djthemoneycoach.com. Why don't you pop that up there, Nick? Because we've been getting a lot of, and shout out to the people who've been calling the 1-800 number. We've had a lot of people call the 1-800 number. Shout out to Isaac, another person who called the 1-800 number, and they've seen the videos and then they still have questions. And they're surprised that I'll call them. I will call you. So, hit that 1-800 number. Hit Nick at djthemoneycoach.com. Go to djthemoneycoach.com. If you're serious, there's a saying, hey, when the student's ready, the master will show up. And like Nick said, we are the premier financial education program, company, and service for middle class America. Now, other people talk about they are the #1 financial education platform. You can have it, but we are the premier financial education system for middle class America. And I want you to go find out what the definition of middle class is, and then come back and talk to me when you be going with the value versus the actual quality. I've been doing this for 20 years, and you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody got better accomplishments and better receipts than we have. They may be popular because they can shake their ass and, you know, have the latest hip hop genre and, you know, cool shit, but they ain't bringing that real love to you. We ain't for everybody, but if you want a team that's lined up with real CPAs that do business taxes, real estate taxes for 30, 40 years, proven with billion-dollar companies, you might want to come talk to us. And you might say, well, man, I can't afford it. But guess what? I've brought it down to your level where these people will talk to you for pennies on the dollar if you're serious. And again, shout out to my man Austin, because he was serious and he's doing 90% of the stuff right, and he wanted to go to the next level, and he invested in himself, and he's going to get a chance to meet our CPA in person. Real talk. You know, shout out to our man Mama Diallo, another go-getter. Shout out to Mark Atimo, another go-getter. Shout out to Isaiah, go-getters. I'm talking about, man, I'm so encouraged, Nick, that we've been meeting so many sharp, young professionals that look like us, 25, 30, 35, got their head in the game. And I'll just be saying to myself, why ain't we parading this on the national platform instead of talking about these stupid topics we're going to talk about today? I mean, think about that. You know, I mean, just think about that.
Right. So yeah.
What's up, brother? Yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited for you because, see, this should be the norm, and we can control the narrative. And that's what narrative.com is about. Stop letting somebody else tell your story. Tell your own freaking story. But you got to stop buying their stuff. You got to stop letting them appropriate, and then you got to stop giving them street cred to manipulate you. You know what I'm talking about. I love everybody. But at the same day, the law of the jungle is self-preservation. The first person I'm going to love is the people in my own house. And if that's a crime, I don't want to be wrong. Right. So here's the problem. We chase shit that we want versus stuff we need. And we're so quick to tell people about TikTok, Clubhouse, Twitch, Discord for freaking entertainment. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with entertainment if you got your shit in order.
That's the key.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got your shit in order, you should be spending 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours doing stupid stuff. I have to tell my children, you know, my children ain't perfect, but they got a strong freaking foundation. But I had to tell my children, get off the damn videos. Did you put your 2, 3 hours of reading, application, develop some skills that if I'm gone tomorrow, you can take care of yourself? But see, we are abdicating our roles as leaders, as parents, as tribe, because we're giving in to the frivolous shit in this world. Shout out to all the brothers who out there being real fathers. Shout out to all the sisters out there being real mothers. And shout out to the grandparents who are actually still providing that nurturing to their grandchildren to keep their, you know, confidence at an all-time level high. Because again, the stuff you see on this social platform, that shit is 5% of our community. But they showing it 150% to make you think that's the norm, and you buying into that. So log in, check out djthemoneycoach.com. Not because I need you to check it out. I'm good. I'm good because I'm going to get your money out the bank anyway. I've got assets. You got income. You don't have assets. Because if you had assets,
You be watching a lot of this shit that you be watching.
Mm.
You be owning it and putting out better programming. And here's the tip. It's programming, purposely designed to program you to be a sheep. Don't be sheeple. Invest in yourself.
Yep.
Show somebody else a leg up. And then hold our people accountable for their bullshit. Don't give them a pass. Because this ties directly into the topic of the story, and let's segue right to it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's, and this topic is not only a current event, but it also ties back into the last broadcast we had. So last night, we talked about men and fathers taking the responsibility of raising respected and respectable women. The previous week on Bet on Black, the women, the family, and the legacy. The women, talked about making the wrong thing sexy. And I closed out last night's show with the word that DJ just mentioned, accountability. And when it comes to some of the outrage about this new popular young rapper that's been getting dropped, and canceled at from several performances and festivals, and people pointing out the what they claim to be is a double standard when it's really hypocrisy. I say we are to blame for that because we're not taking that word we just mentioned, accountability. So when, and then in self-preservation also, we forget about that too. So the groups of people who are galvanizing to drop this artist from these festivals, for saying these homophobic comments, they got in mind self-preservation because their community is coming together and saying we're not going to stand for this, rather than our Black people coming together and saying we're not going to stand for these rappers, calling us the N word, the B word, killing us on the record, selling drugs on the record, degrading our women on the record. So I don't think it's a double standard. I think it's hypocrisy. And
that's what it is. Straight up.
Yeah.
You ain't saying nothing until they told you to say something. And then the sad part about it, Nick, soon as the alphabet boys and girls, say something, you automatically, you jump on the bandwagon and start carrying their torch for them. I'm like, how dumb are you?
Yeah, when they don't care nothing about you.
Don't give a rip about you. Not one damn thing. Because guess what? That is a direct conflict to reproduction. So if you are about the family, creating a legacy, and having other people with your name on the back of your shirt after you gone, how can you represent that contradiction? But the reality is you repping it because your ass is broke and you worried about cancel culture. Guess what? You can't cancel nothing that I've got because you can't control nothing I do. And again, this person, I ain't even a fan of the dude. Real talk. Grown ass man with a kid's name. But he made some basic comments and he was bowing up and everything, and now he's just backing up. And see, the sad part is that is emasculation of the Black man. Because you coming out and you got your chest all out and you make a statement, stand on that.
Yeah, if you're gonna say
go start your own freaking concert. You got all these videos, which you got all this money, but you don't. Stand on your box. If you're gonna say it, stand on it. But you got all these clowns out here, and they nothing but parrots. Oh yeah, man, that's right, man. He against that. But think about it. If you are a heterosexual man, heterosexual woman, and you backing the alphabet suit, boys and girls, You basically just said, just extinguish me and my family. But you same coward ain't saying a damn thing about your kid, you know, twerking and being a hoe and being a pimp. And mind you, this pornography that the little homie put out, I ain't hear nobody saying about that gratuitous, reprobate, denigration crap. So you want your daughter and your sons to turn out like that. And you're telling me that the Most High, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, whomever you subscribe his name to be, wants you to be like that? You're sitting up here and allowing little boys become pedophile material for these communities. And y'all know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
D-Wade, Will Smith, because they bending over. If you don't think that they ain't bent over and took it up the rear, because who in their right mind is sacrificing their child to this community if you ain't getting something out of it financially? I don't know, but when I was 10, 12, 13 years old, what did I know about my sexuality? But I'm up here dressing in girls' clothes. I'm acting more effeminate than a woman acting. And you talking, oh, I just let my child be whoever they are. But that same coward, mouth is closed, lips shut when they drop in the N word, the B word, the A word, the whole word. But you're not going to find no Chinese calling themselves derogatory terms. And if they do, it's behind closed doors. But you're not going to see them parading this on the national platform in any capacity. You're not going to see no credible leaders in the Hispanic, Latino community doing that. You damn sure ain't going to see no Jews doing it. And the funny part, they're the ones that are behind the scenes actually promoting the stuff. But in our community, oh man, it's all good, man. It's freedom of speech. But you can say all of that and make billions of dollars, but you say one thing that's actually factually true, because you own nothing. Financially, you are canceled out. So maybe you might want to go back to, first grade and learn how to add, and then go to asset school and learn how to own some stuff, and then open your fucking mouth and don't retract it. Because I ain't never, my dad, my uncles, my grandfather, they ain't never retracted nothing that they believe in. But man, how can you respect somebody who come up, you say the right thing, but then all of a sudden they start canceling, you come back, oh yeah, man, I want to apologize. Oh, so. And then the sad thing about it, all the Negroes, they jumping on. And tell me this, if one of these alphabet people turn around and, molested your child, what would you do? You be quiet? Because it's their right? Y'all better go back and reevaluate your priorities and your principles in life. And again, whatever you do in your own private house is your business. But don't sit up here and take me, 1% of the population, dictating everything that you do. And the only way they can do that is for real men and women to remain quiet. And that's all out of fear. Here's the irony of it. Cynthia Tucker, when NWA came out, and she was talking about how degenerative, objectifying that this music was when they first put the, what is the X-rated or NR rating on music?
Yeah, the parental advisory.
Right, parental advisory. That was back in the early 90s, and
Yep.
now, dude, everything goes.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as it's derogatory, denigrating, desecrating of black people, it's a moneymaker, baby.
That's right.
It's a money maker. It's all good. It's honorable. But let you say something that's factual. Here's my point. If it's fact, immutable scientific fact, you're now being called out. That's the funny part, man.
It is.
And we're talking about educated people. You can't tell me scientifically what that young man said is factually wrong. But you letting the oppressor tell you what your narrative is. And again, if he owned everything and he controlled everything that he speaks and performs on, he wouldn't have backed up. And here's the sad part. The people that he making money from don't even look like him. Because again, in the rap game, in the hip hop game, who's buying the tickets? Who's going to the concerts? Who's getting the streams? It ain't you. Because the price they charging for this crap is a lie. That's the hypocrisy. So again, 98% of those people who are canceling this guy out, they wouldn't allow that to happen to their little boy, their little girl. And they sure wouldn't let, you're not going to have no Caucasian calling themselves crackers, rednecks, and celebrating it.
You're not going to have a black rapper doing that either. I just saw a clip of another popular rapper or artist who had the word cracker in his song, and the record executives came and said, yeah, you got to take that out, even though he had an N word in that same song 30 other times. So
what Dave Chappelle said when he was at Comedy Central, he said the writers come back there and they got this, and he was like, I'm not saying that. He said, but I say one thing. He said, but guess what? I'm not an N. So why would I be saying that? Oh man, that's funny, man. It's just humor. We just cracking jokes. But again, this all goes back to people standing in the gap, getting back to the core decency of respectability. And guess what? It's all really about self-love. That's the reason why I wore this shirt right here today. It says, when we replace I with we turn illness into wellness. Malcolm X. Think about it. Are we not talking about illness?
We are.
In BK1, it says it's going to come a time when bad is good and good is bad. And the only reason why that happens is because when good men and good women remain silent. I mean, what do you really have to lose if the majority, and here's the thing, these people may have money, but physically, how they go take over the world physically? When did they get you tethered in your brain to accept this bull? You know what they did? They went to the pulpit and they paid off these pastors and these priests, and they started preaching this BS. That's the reality of it. But again, if you got some assets, and I'm saying from a public nuisance standpoint, if you don't know what the definition of public nuisance is, you need to go look it up in the dictionary. So in that regard, again, on the public platform, you give up certain, elasticity of your freedoms when you're in the public environment. But if I am not promoting hate, I'm not promoting degradation, same sex, then you shouldn't be pushing that on me. But that's exactly what happened. But then if this makes you money and you're controlling a small minority. So think about this. And you go do your research. Go just do the research on Hollywood. How did Hollywood come about? How did Hollywood get into the music business? When did these things change? Because you saw somebody who was compromised where they sold their self to the devil for $1 and they were popular and they were friendly. Those are the worst people that you could ever come across. Think about it. Barack Obama, in order to get elected the first time, what did he say? He said, a marriage is between a man and a woman. But then he had to pay for those lobbyists and those financiers who put money in his pocket. In his next go around, oh, you know what? Really, I've changed my opinion. Really, a man should marry a man and a woman should marry a woman. And here's the thing, with insurance policies, pensions, 401ks, they had to have the law changed in order for them to reap the benefits financially. And guess what? They put a nice black, menstrual face to push their poison where you wouldn't fight it because you weren't gonna, call out your own brother on the platform when you should have. And that just opened up the floodgates. But here's the great thing about it, Nick. It ain't too late to reverse this bull.
Right.
So if you go back and you look at history, just like with the rainbow represented what? That there would never be another flood on the planet. It does not represent the alphabet boys, girls, and men. So why don't you stand up? The word gay does not mean, oh, I like running up into another man or a woman running up into a woman. It means happy. Just like the word Asher out of BK1 means happy. But you're so afraid. All these people living out here afraid because they were, oh, my boss might be part of the alphabet group. And you know what? They got to be smart. They got to be super intelligent because they are degenerative. And again, I'm not going out here trying to persecute them, but hey, man, don't bring your crap into my yard. You bring your crap into my yard, then hey, we're going to go at it. And again, if you got the power to close what I do and buy my assets, God bless you. So why not come together and stand up? And again, and this is specifically for black people. Again, why not just go get your own platforms? Go do your own comedy shows. Go rent out your own show. Because here's the thing, what you don't understand is they only honor and love money. And from money, they beget power. But if you stop going to their platforms and did your own stuff, how could they stop you? One of the great things about this social media platforms is that I can create my own platform and get my own following and make money from my own network on my own medium. Check out Ryan Leslie. If you don't know who Ryan Leslie is, he turned the music business upside down 15 years ago. With 10,000 followers, he made millions of dollars as an independent artist. Graduated from Harvard at 19. Why don't we all do that? It's the internet. You can't be stopped on the internet because all the internet knows is ones and zeros, X's and O's. I'm talking about the technical aspect of it. But if you're on a platform like, what the alphabet boys and girls own, guess what? You basically letting the Trojan horse inside your own house. Real talk. So again, man, this ain't nothing but programming, propaganda. And again, if you're gonna say something, you might want to do your research. You might want to check your pocketbook for your wealth assets. If they want to call you to backtrack what you said. And again, even when you backtrack, look at you doing. You are sending a message to other people that look like you that we render ourselves powerless. But here's another hypocrisy. Look at the new shows they coming out in the fall that they selling to the black audience. What they selling? Power third generation. New show with reviewing of hip hop women who were girls in a band. And they're doing everything derogatory and people just eating that up. They don't have one positive show about the black experience. Again, go check out Resort to Love. Positive, strong, black movie. Black man, black woman, come together. No gay agenda in the movie whatsoever. They will make you think that everything you do in your personal circle revolves around gayness. I'm going to keep it a buck. I know a couple of gay people, just a couple. Got one buddy named Greg, is a great friend, but 99.9% of the time, dude, I do not interact or even around any gay people at all. So how can that represent me and my crew? So that would be just like every experience they got is a black person in it. Oh man, dude, that's a drop the mic right there. Think about it. Every
it is
mainstream, predominantly white individual have a black person in their life on the daily every time. That's the hypocrisy and the foolishness of the message that they pushing to you. And we know that ain't true.
Yeah.
But you got to say, hey, Pookie and Shaquiqua, they my friends. So even though I don't know, none of them never see it, but I got to bring them into my narrative of everything we do. That's exactly what they doing to you. Think about that. Every commercial, every music, every advertisement. And then when you say, hey man, even if you don't even say anything negative, hey man, I'm just not down. Oh man, dude, what's the problem? Oh, you must hate us. I don't hate you as a person. I hate the acts that you do. I hate the hate that hate produces. But again, this is all economics, brother. Because if that young man, who again is parading himself as a grown man, calling himself a baby. That'd be like me 5 decades in existence, and I'm still talking about stuff I did in the 5th grade. I'm still running around, trying to teach you how to get over on the 3-card Molly stuff that back in the day, I'm 5 decades later, still talking about that. That's just like these rappers who are in their 40s and 30s trying to be rappers. Come on, man. Give it up. Give it up. You know what that is? That is, I'm lazy. I want something for nothing, and I don't want to do hard freaking work. And you got these people coming out in droves, man. They're a minority, bro. Turn it off. Produce your own stuff. I mean, again, here's the hypocrisy. If you got the stuff that you project in these videos, why aren't you making and creating your own label? Shout out to D1. Holding it down.
Yeah.
holding it down. We're in the 21st century. What do I need a label for? What do I need I can go up. Check it out. You're right. Mindset, behavior is everything. But check this out. What did Ericka do? She's renting out a venue. How you gonna cancel her when she's renting out her own venue? Because they're not gonna say, "Hey, we don't want your money."
Right.
Especially not now.
Yeah.
Hey man, here's a sad thing. We used to participate in this program called The Park, a Christian-based program that provided childcare after school, and this is a predominantly PWI institution. Been around for like 50 years, Nick. When the pandemic hit, we used to go there for basketball, volleyball, soccer, arts and crafts. The program, the whole institution is shut down, permanently closed. Man.
Wow. That, after being in existence that long.
Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm like, man, when are they gonna open back up? And my son, he's like, it says, I said, oh, there's no way. All that money and stuff they had, I Googled, permanently closed.
Wow.
All that value that they were adding in the community. And the thing I liked about it, even though it was a PWI, but it was a lot of people that looked like us, Latinos, Asians, Indians, all coming together and getting along peacefully. And now it's closed. But what is that going to do to the community? When you know the beauty of sports, what brings people together to put aside their differences and their prejudice, right?
Right.
So now they just destroyed that institution and shut it down because of the pandemic, because they couldn't rebound from it. But in the same vein, we're going to do all this alphabet stuff. So let's create a community center with the alphabet soup. And the first thing I'm going to tell your little 4-year-old is how to, do something with another 4-year-old of the same chromosome. Daddy got a roommate. Dude, are you kidding me? Back to you, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's. I like that you mentioned that about building our own platforms, our own record labels. Because another thing I wanted to point out is that Black people lead the way when it comes to culture. Trends, music, dances, all of that. So what's been happening is that these executives, these corporations, these companies, they profit off of what we do, regardless of what we do, whether it's positive or negative. They just happen to benefit even more when it's negative, So without us, they wouldn't be profiting. So
right.
yeah, so
we're the salt of the earth, literally. But see, again, that's when the chosen special Negro got to say, hey man, I can't take your money. There is no price you can give me to get in a dress. There's no price you can give me to play for the umpteenth time a drug dealer. Because see, that again is a lazy person that don't want to go back to the majority of society that has to work for a living. When did it change that working hard work was dishonorable? Because if that was the case, Nick, I wouldn't even be here. My grandfather barely had an 8th grade education. Was a porter, Porter, at a hotel. Put 5 kids through college. Worked his ass off, 60, 70 hours a week. Majority of his weight never made more than income-wise $40,000 a year. But when he passed away, he had 7 figures in assets and left money for his heir. So if that wouldn't have been honorable back then, I wouldn't even be here. I tell my children, you know what? if you got to go out and shovel manure, legally, ethically, and morally sound, and that was all you could do, get it done.
Yep. You know what? Shout out to John Sally, the NBA player. I just saw a clip, from a recent interview he did, and you just talked about that special Negro. He was offered the role of the gay uncle on Modern Family, and first the producer, whoever that called him, offered him $15 million. He said, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it." In a matter of seconds, he said, "All right, we'll give you $22 million." He said, "Nah, I'm not gonna take it." Prime example, just like that, they went up $7 million increase to try to get him to play that role.
What's the agenda, baby?
Yep.
What's the agenda?
Yep. Yeah, man,
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And if you ain't jiving with this, hey, I get it. But again, we love everybody. And that's representative of the fact that where were we at on 4th of July? We were partying with a good friend of mine.
Yep.
Who I can trust more than I can trust some people that look like me.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep right there.
So if you gonna be oh man, nope, sorry, wrong. My grandfather's mother. How you think I get so, pale complexion? We got some PWI in us,
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
How they get? Because they got some African in them. Because we are the creator of society. So when you try to flip the script, no, I love my people. No different than they love their people. If my child is gonna be lying, and I tell them lying doesn't work in our house, we're gonna put it down, put it out. At the end of the day, y'all got to start standing on truth. And the only way you can stand on truth and not retract it is you own yourself 100%. And you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, you ain't going to get that just like this. You got to put that work in. In the process of putting that work in, you got to turn off the idiot box. You got to turn off that radio, stop streaming, and put some knowledge in your head and then apply it with a system. And then when you want to create creative stuff and you want to have relaxation, then do some stuff. But see, we want it like that. It ain't nobody on them shows that ain't been grinding for a long period of time. Every now and then you get somebody who gets lucky and they do become an overnight success. But that's like a shooting star. And you need to be telling your children, this is the way it works. Making them do the work. Giving them chores. Giving them responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's right. We black men must respect ourselves in the first. Change everything. They did a study of two men about 100 years ago. One guy was a peasant, the other one was too, but then when you look at their lineage, because they had principles, one came kings, queens, and presidents, and the other ones became thugs, drug lords, and everything like that. So the only difference is one chose to take his intelligence and have no accountability, and the other one did. Same thing when they show a case studies. Two individuals made $50,000 a piece, earned income. One went off and became worth over $5-10 million. The other one never got beyond $50,000. They had the same opportunity. You and I, we get both 24 hours in a day.
Yep.
This depends on how you compound your time. your resources, your decision. That's the real truth, man. Real truth. At the end of the day, you got to stand for something and stop living on your needs. Because here's the thing, what you don't see behind the scene, these people that's pushing these agendas, they have so many problems. Psychological problems, physical problems. I mean, hey, go talk to a physician and ask him what are the physical health challenges with you running up into another man. Real talk. Real talk. Go do the science behind it. Go look at all the problems they have psychologically. And I hear you. Everybody's got, but they got even more problems because they are in direct conflict with God's law. Direct conflict with God's law.
Yeah.
But I'm going to overshadow that and overpower it by what? Giving you the domain of what this earth and world is about. Physical property materialism. So again, you might not believe this, but what happened when the morning star, Lucifer, got cast out of heaven? And if you don't believe in heaven, hey, that's your deal. You probably the same person don't believe in gravity. But the Most High said, I'm going to give you what? Dominion over this place called earth. But you will never get back in this joint. However, the morning star, Lucifer, was so powerful, he convinced a third of the angels to run and try to do a coup on the Most High. So if he gave him dominion over the physical plane, what you think you're gonna be able to do? Woo! Hey man, I think with that, man, we need to take a break.
Yeah, we do.
Said this is getting heavy, but check this out, guys. We're excited. We're about the positive. There's a lot of great things happening. This is a world of positive. Even in the midst of some of the craziness, there's more great things happening than ever before with the advancements in technology, public relations, personal relationships. It's a great world we live in. You just got to grab hold of it with a plan, get yourself locked into the right system, and get yourself around the right people, and you will have a pom-pom lifestyle. Trust me, plenty of money and peace of mind. It's a relative statement. You can actually have a pom-pom lifestyle making $1,000 a month. It don't have to be $100,000 a month. It's all relative. Think about that. The happiest people in the world in some countries make the least amount of money. You think them cats out in the Polynesian islands and stuff like that don't have physical money, but they got sunshine every day, they got community, they not happy? You know what? I know they are because I done been to some of them joints.
Yeah.
I done been some of them joints. So hey man, let's take a break.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Well, yeah. Matter of fact, I think we got a good, we got a good period, on this topic, so we can actually go ahead and take it on home and close it out. Yeah.
Hey, close it out, bro.
I think we said we said more than we needed to on this topic because we really didn't want to talk about it, but it's something that's at the forefront, and it's something that we need to address briefly, but
you know what? We gotta talk about it. You know why? Because they're expecting you and me to be quiet.
That's true. That is
because
true.
We're leaders. And there's people following us. So if we're quiet about this topic, then that gives everybody else an excuse to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because you are a civil leader, yes or no?
That's a fact.
in a public environment,
Yep.
and you hold to a what they call it a moral clause in your contract.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, we just talked about that last night about accountability in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm held to a moral clause with my children. Because my children, they're not going to do what comes out of my mouth. They're going to do what I do. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. We can't keep letting these people push this stuff down our throats and just be like, oh, okay, man, all right, it's all good. But then at the same time, even if the situation didn't arise, we got to hold that guy accountable for how he's making his money anyway. And everybody like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't listen to hip hop. You know what hip hop I listen to? Old school.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then, I ain't perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I have some, little every now and then, hip hop that I listen to. But then when I realized what it was, I was like, oh no, man, I'm going with that. I'm going with that. That's not for me. That's not what my dad fought for freedom for. Because hey, them beats, dude, they are, enticing.
Yep.
They purposely are designed to pull you in.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to build your moat. And you got to surround yourself. It's to be, like growing up being cool. Hey, man, get around the corny dudes. Same thing for women. It's the corny dude going to take better care of you. The guy that's chic and suave and all that, whatever you call lit, he the one that's out there knocking down all the honeys and just adding up body counts. Unapologetically. Ain't going to never treat you like anything. That nerd dude, down to earth, because he is appreciative of that queen, because he never thought he can get a real solid, gorgeous physically and gorgeous internally queen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you might call it simping, but he's treating her with a high regard and high respect. And if she's smart enough to understand that, she's going to be down with him, because the long term, he's going to be better for you than the short term. But that's just a PSA on something else, though.
Yeah, right. Another topic.
So back, we can wrap this dog up. Let's wrap it up, bro.
Yeah. So, I want to, tie this back to self-preservation. As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, and you just mentioned, how these cats are making their money, and sometimes, the masses, they're blinded by that, and they see that as self-preservation. They see that as success, but they don't see the flip side of that, the other side of that. The what's being sacrificed. The souls that are being sold in order to achieve that lifestyle on the surface. So we have to.
But they know though. They know you eventually got to pay the pop. You eventually got to pay.
Yeah.
As a little kid, you would get away with some stuff. And you're like, man, it'd be like your parents say, hey, I'm gonna give you a butt whooping when I get home. And the longer it goes, you're like, oh man, maybe they forgot.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's coming, baby. Like we said, winter is coming.
Yep. Winter comes every year too.
Yes, sir.
Winter always comes.
Challenged, and you really have an illness that is chemically based, or you had a degenerative, body part or something when you first were born. Everybody. This is the equalizer between men and animals. God gave us one thing, the power of choice.
Yep.
The power of will, and right between wrong, and you may get away with it, but you eventually got to pay. Just like we talked about the new Jack digital hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
None of them stories ever end positively.
They don't. They
either end up in the grave or in the prison.
Yeah.
And these people who are selling their souls for music entertainment and doing it in a derogatory fact, they know that the end is coming. I mean, look what's happening to these guys recently that have passed away. It's because their challenges in their past finally caught up to them. Think about it. How many artists that are mega artists, their life ends well? Think about it. And I'm talking about across all genres.
Yep. Very few.
Drugs, oversexed, broke, chaotic family problems. Because they sold their soul for the materialistic riches of the world, that everything else is compromised. And the money is just disguising the major problems. And think about it. How many of them have good fruit on the tree to have children? They just did a piece recently about Dr. Dre and his 38-year-old daughter with 4 kids homeless. But he gave $30 million to the University of Southern California. I don't know in what mind, if my kid didn't do something to denigrate me and our family, that I would let them be out on the street, but I would give a PWI $30 million. But that's part of that contract he signed with the devil when he was pushing that NWA music. That sacrifice. Y'all get that on the way home.
Yeah, 30, 40 years later.
Yeah. They try and do life contracts.
Yeah. So so I brought that up to say that this, what you think is success isn't self-preservation. It's actually self-destruction. And we talked about the alphabet group today, because that's the current event that's going on. But it's not just them.
It ain't just them.
Yeah, you also have that religious group that also identifies as a race that controls everything in the entertainment industry. Self-preservation. They won't even let you say their name, even if it's positive in their music. Self-preservation. So everyone needs to look at it from that perspective, and also tying it back to finances, remembering that the person that pays rules and controls. So you don't want to be rude. You don't want to
be the boss, baby. Man, that's drop the mic. Self-destruction. Go check out the hip hop song Self-Destruction. And pay the cost to be the boss. Yeah.
So if you don't want to be ruled, you don't want to be controlled, you don't want to give up your soul, then you need that ownership. You need to own yourself. And
this last thing I'm gonna say, other than our wrap up, is that here's what I teach people: hey, master the hard things in life early, and life get better and better the older you get. Master the easy stuff in life, and life becomes a living hell. Thoreau said, by the time from 25, from the neck up, most men are dead. They live a quiet life of desperation. Hey, that's all I got to say other than us wrapping up our regular statements.
Hey, I mean, I said everything I need to say too, So we can go ahead and wrap this thing up and enjoy the rest of the Friday evening and the rest of the weekend.
Tell them how to get in touch with us, what we got rocking. We thank everybody that's been calling us a lot lately, who've been emailing us a lot, and they've been asking us what other programs we have available. We're going to provide you with everything, and we get back in touch with everybody. Answer your phone, pick up your email, hit the link, and enroll.
That's right. So again, our phone number, email, and website. The phone number's on the screen: 866-395-3042. Nick at DJTheMoneyCoach.com is the email, and the website is DJTheMoneyCoach.com.
Oh, you know what? Give them our socials, because when I was on the platform with Ericka, people asked me, how do we find you? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. You better ask Nick.
Oh, yeah. We're I mean, we're on Instagram too, 7 Spears of Money. We've been getting a lot of new followers on that platform as well. And then of course, the platform that you're watching right now, YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to us. So that's so you got all the ways to reach us, get in contact with us. So
share the information. If we putting down what you like, share it with somebody else, because we're here to actually create significance in our community and to take back control of our community at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the type of people you rock with, pass that information along, because it's never going to be popular, but we can impact thousands of people, one man, one woman, one child at a time. Real talk.
Right. Yep. That's right. So,
and again, hey, get that narrative.com. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, when we replace I with we turn illness into wellness. Who said that? Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X would never sit up here and condone this BS that our, chosen leaders are taking that bag.
That's
Go
right.
check out narrative.com tomorrow. Check out In Class with Dr. Greg Carr. 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Central Time. It is the best program you will ever watch. And again, they don't know me. We don't get $1 from it, but we're going to spread the gospel on the narrative that we control. And you should subscribe to that community. If you got young children, you should be plugging their minds into this program.
Right. Yep. That's a fact. Yeah. So with that said, again, like, share, and subscribe to the 7 Spears of Money so you can stay in the loop with all the programs we got coming up.
Oh, yeah. We're doing a live webinar next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Special. It's in the link, baby.
It is.
You want this Weatherproof to Wealth webinar, the stuff that we buy and invest in, we're going to show you how to do it the same too. And at the end of the day, you will never have to be like, oh boy, and retracting and rescinding statements, because we're going to have you controlling your own enterprise. Because freedom ain't free, and financial independence and financial freedom are Siamese twins. And so we're starting to sound like a good old Methodist pastor, because we keep wrapping up.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. Yeah.
I'm done, baby. I'm done.
Yeah. So that link is in the description right now. So go ahead and click on that. And once you register on that link, we'll send you a follow-up email with how to access the live webinar. And do they get a consultation with you too with that webinar?
Yeah. You get a complimentary consultation. You get the course, and this is to celebrate 1 year on our partner site, who became our partner on the Classic Climb, because it was 1 year ago yesterday. We actually interviewed on their show, and we're going to commemorate that to give back, honor and support to that platform, and to share the gospel and make it affordable for all those who want to eat at the end of the day. Because again, we're good. I ain't never got to do another show like this, and we're going to always do good. But you know what? That's not significance. That's success. We're on the pathway to significance. So we can make sure that our children's children and your children's children are taken care of. And the worst thing can happen is not you going to hell, is you go to hell and you meet your children there too.
That's right. Yep. So go ahead and register for that webinar. Tune into our next program, which would be Bet on Black, the Women, the Family, the Legacy, coming up on Sunday. The webinars on Wednesday. And you got all the information. Stay connected with us. Tune in, and we wish you a pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind, and we want you to come join us on the beaches of the world. And your beach doesn't have to be next to sand or water, where your beach is where you find your freedom and your peace of mind. So until the next broadcast, until the next episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions, take care, and we will see you next time.
Hi, so this is a testimonial for DJ the Money Coach. First of all, I got one of the best packages that you had, so that was A1. I love the team. They have really come through. You were amazing as a coach. Every week you showed up on time. Every single week. And trust me, I've been in a lot of courses, a lot of classes, spent a lot of money. And unfortunately, some people don't do what they say that they're going to do as a coach.
Hello, everybody. My name is Terry. I recently just linked up with DJ the Money Coach, and he's been very helpful. Gave me a lot of information, told me how I could turn my personal credit into business credit, also showed me how I could pay for a personal vehicle through my business and corporation setup, and also set me up with Melvin to help me actually put together a will, a power of attorney, a Roth IRA.
I definitely would highly recommend DJ the Money Coach. He's very personable. He's actually real. He actually does meet with his clients. I'm happy for that. And he actually has a team that he works with that that are actually real. They do call people, so they will call you. So that's kind of why I want to rock with DJ the Money Coach.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth. It's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase.